The Flower Ornament Scripture, a translation of the Avatamsaka Sutra by Thomas Cleary. Homage to all past, future, and present Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Pachika Buddhas, and Shravakas. Book 3. The Meditation of the Enlightening Being, Universally Good. The Enlightening Being, Universally Good, the Great Being, sat on a lion throne made of a bank of lotus flowers and imbued with the psychic power of the Enlightened One, entered into concentration. This concentration is called the immanent body of the Illuminator of Thusness, which is in all enlightened ones. It enters everywhere into the equal essence of all enlightened ones, and is capable of manifesting myriad images in the cosmos, vastly and immensely, without obstruction, equal to space. All the whirling oceans of universes flow along into it. It produces all states of concentration, and can contain all worlds in all directions, the oceans of lights of knowledge of all the enlightened ones come from here. It can reveal all the oceans of all conditions everywhere. It contains within it all the powers and liberations of the enlightened ones and the knowledge of the enlightening beings. It can cause the particles of all lands to be universally able to contain boundless universes. It develops the ocean of virtuous qualities of all Buddhas and reveals the ocean of great vows of these enlightened ones. All the cycles of teaching of the Buddhas flow through it and are guarded and maintained by it, and kept without interruption or end. As in this world, the enlightened being, universally good, entered this concentration in the presence of the world-honored one. Thus, in the same way, throughout the realm of space of the cosmos, in all directions and all times, it is subtle, unhindered, vastly expansive light, in all lands, visible to the Buddha's eye, within reach of the Buddha's power, manifested by the Buddha's body. And in each atom of all those lands, there were Buddhas as numerous as atoms in an ocean of worlds, and in front of each Buddha were universally good, enlightening beings, numerous as atoms in an ocean of worlds, each also entering into this concentration in the immanent body of the Illuminator of Thusness in enlightened ones. At that time, each of the universally good ones saw the Buddhas of the 10 directions appearing before them. Those Buddhas praised universally good in the same voice. Good, you are able to enter this enlightening being's concentration in the immanent body of the Illuminator of Thusness in all Buddhas. This is fostered in you by all the Buddhas everywhere together by means of the power of the original vow of the illuminating realized one, Vairochana Buddha. And it is also because you cultivate the power of the practices and vows of all Buddhas. That is to say, because you can activate all the cycles of the enlightening teaching, revealing the ocean of knowledge and wisdom of all enlightened ones, universally illumine all the oceans of distinctions everywhere without exception, cause sentient beings to clear away confusion and affliction and attain purity, universally accept all lands without attachment, deeply enter the sphere of all enlightened ones without impediment, and universally expound the virtues and qualities of all enlightened ones. Because you are able to enter into the true character of all things and develop knowledge and wisdom, analyze all the media of the teachings, comprehend the faculties of all living beings, and because you are able to hold the ocean of written teachings of all the Buddhas. At that time, all the Buddhas of the 10 directions then bestowed on the great enlightening being, universally good, the knowledge that enters into the power inherent in omniscience, the knowledge that enters into the infinity of the cosmos, the knowledge that perfects the realization of the sphere of all enlightened ones, the knowledge of the becoming and decay of all oceans of worlds, the knowledge of the full extent of the wills of all sentient beings, the knowledge that abides in the extremely profound liberation of all enlightened ones, and the non-discriminating knowledge of all meditation states, the knowledge that enters into the ocean of all faculties of enlightening beings, the knowledge of elocution to turn the wheel of the teaching in the ocean of languages of all sentient beings, the knowledge that enters in all ways into the bodies of all oceans of worlds in the cosmos, and the knowledge that comprehends the voices of all Buddhas. As in this world, in the presence of the Buddha, the enlightening being universally good experience the Buddhas bestowing such knowledge, so in all oceans of worlds, as well as in each atom of all those worlds, so did all the enlightening beings universally good there experience this. Why? Because they had realized that state of mental focus in this way. Then the Buddhas of the 10 directions each extended his right hand and patted universally good on the head. Their hands were each adorned with the marks of greatness, being finely webbed, emanating light, fragrance, and flames. They also produced the various wondrous tones of all Buddhas, and within it were manifested the phenomena of mystical powers, the ocean of vows of universal goodness of all enlightening beings of past, present, and future, the cycles of pure teachings of all enlightened ones, as well as the images of the Buddhas of past, present, and future. As in this world, universally good was patted on the head by all the Buddhas of the 10 directions, so in all the oceans of worlds and in each atoms of those worlds, the enlightening beings universally good there were patted on the head by the Buddhas of the 10 directions. Then the enlightening being universally good arose from this concentration. When he did so, he rose from meteor of oceans of concentrations, numerous as atoms in all oceans of worlds. For example, he rose from the medium of concentration of skillful knowledge, realizing that the worlds of past, present, and future have no distinction in the succession of instants. He rose from the medium of concentration of knowledge of all the subtlest and most minute constituents of all universes in all times. He rose from the medium of concentration on the manifestation of all Buddha fields of past, present, and future. He rose from the medium of concentration revealing the dwelling places of all living beings. He rose from the medium of concentration of knowledge of various differences in locations of the universes of the 10 directions. He rose from the medium of concentration of knowledge of boundlessly vast clouds of Buddha bodies existing in every atom. He rose from the medium of concentration of explanations of the ocean of inner principles in all things. When the enlightening being, universally good, rose from such media of concentration, all the enlightening beings each found oceanic clouds of concentrations, numerous as atoms in an ocean of worlds, found oceanic clouds of spells, oceanic clouds of techniques to teach everything, oceanic clouds of ways of felicitous expression, oceanic clouds of practices, oceanic clouds of lights from the knowledge of the treasury of virtues of all who realize thusness. Oceanic clouds of non-discriminating techniques of the powers, knowledges, and wisdom of all enlightened ones. Oceanic clouds of Buddhas, each manifesting myriad lands in each and every pore. Oceanic clouds of enlightening beings, one by one, manifesting descent from the palace of the Tushita heaven to be born on earth and become an enlightened Buddha, turn the wheel of the teaching and enter into ultimate extinction, all as numerous as atoms in an ocean of worlds. As when in this world the enlightening being, universally good, rose from concentration, all the hosts of the enlightening beings received such blessings. So in all the oceans of worlds, as well as in each atom of each world, the same thing occurred. At that time, by the spiritual power of all the Buddhas and the power of universally good's concentration, all oceans of worlds in the 10 directions trembled. Each world was arrayed with precious elements and gave forth wondrous sound, explaining all things. And on each Buddha, in the ocean of sights of enlightenment, where the masses gathered, everywhere there reigned 10 kinds of clouds of regal jewels, clouds of beautiful gold star jewels, jewels like precious discs descending, shining like jewels, jewels of the treasury manifesting the images of enlightening beings, jewels extolling the names of Buddhas, jewels of brilliant light illuminating the sights of enlightenment in Buddha fields everywhere, jewels whose light reflects the various miracles everywhere, jewels praising the virtues of all enlightening beings, jewels with a light that shines like the sun, jewels whose delightful music is heard everywhere. After the universal reign of these 10 kinds of clouds of jewels, all the Buddhas emitted lights from their pores, and in the light rays spoke verses. Universally good is present in all lands, sitting on a jeweled lotus throne, beheld by all. He manifests all psychic powers and is able to enter infinite meditations. The universally good always fill the universe with various bodies flowing everywhere, with concentration, psychic power, skill, and strength, in a universal voice, teaching extensively without hindrance. In every land, in the presence of all the Buddhas, various states of concentration revealing psychic powers. Each psychic power pervades everywhere, in all lands of the 10 directions. As with the Buddhas of all lands, so it is in all the atoms of the lands as well. The phenomena of concentration and mystic powers are the willpower of the illuminator. Universally good physically is like space, abiding by reality, not a land, according to the heart's desires of all beings, manifesting all kinds of embodiments equal to all. Universally good, abiding at peace in great determination, thus attain these infinite spiritual powers in any lens of all Buddha bodies, manifesting his form, going there. All the myriad oceans are boundless. He reproduces his body infinitely and dwells there. All lands of his manifestation are purified, and in an instant are seen many aeons. Universally good lives peacefully in all lands. The spiritual powers he displays are incomparable. The trembling extending everywhere causes those who look to be able to see. The knowledge, virtue, and powers of all Buddhas, their various great qualities, he has all fulfilled. By the medium of techniques of all meditations, he shows his past enlightening acts. Such independence, inconceivable, is manifest in the lands of the 10 directions to reveal the universal entrance of all meditations. In the clouds of Buddha's light, his praises are sung. Then all the hosts of enlightening beings turn to universally good, join their palms and gaze respectfully at universally good. Imbued with the psychic power of the enlightened, they sang in praise with the same voice. Born from the teachings of the enlightened, also originating from the willpower of the Buddha, the womb of space, the equality of real thusness, you have purified this body of reality. In the congregations of all Buddha fields, universally good is omnipresent there. The light of the oceans of universal virtue and wisdom equally illumine everywhere, so all are visible. The immensely vast oceans of virtues of universally good goes everywhere to approach the enlightened. To the lands within all atoms, he can travel and clearly appear there. O child of Buddha, we always see you, associating with all the enlightened ones, abiding in the real state of concentration, for aeons, numerous as atoms in all lands. The child of Buddha, with an all-pervading body, can go to the lands in all directions, liberating all the oceans of living beings, entering into all the parts of the cosmos, entering into all particles of the cosmos. The body is endless and undifferentiated, omnipresent as space. It expounds the great teaching of the realization of thusness. The light of all virtue, immense like clouds, powers surpassing, traveling to all oceans of living beings, expounding the incomparable way practiced by all Buddhas, cultivating and learning the supreme practice of universal goodness in order to liberate sentient beings for oceans of aeons, expounding all truths like a great cloud. The voice is tremendous, none do not hear. How can the land be established? How do the Buddhas appear? And how about beings? Please explain truthfully the truth as it is.